And welcome back to the Cardinals franchise, where we are continuing in our playoff push to end season 1. We are in the divisional round facing off against the Aaron Rodgers-led Green Bay Packers. They're always bad in the playoffs, so hopefully that continues. However, they have a dominant offense, a really good defense. We talked about it a bit at the end of last game. If you didn't watch that game, I suggest you go check it out. Obviously, we won in the wild card, beating the Rams 31-9. So we're playing really well, but apparently so are the Packers. Coach, you're up against the Packers this week, and they've been playing great football lately. Can you end their win streak? I don't see a reason to insult them. I would like to, as I'm a Vikings fan, but let's just be confident. We're not the Vikings here. I feel pretty good. They've looked unbeatable the last few weeks, but we have a locker room full of guys ready to step up to the challenge. The Packers are playing well, and all players will have a +10 break tackle, play recognition, and tackle for this game. But so will we. So all we have to do, easy thing, beat the Packers, right? Knock on wood. Let's jump in. Let's get this divisional round underway. Prater to kick it off. And we'll see what the Packers can do on offense first. That's going to be a muffed kick. Picked up and then knelt down in the end zone. So not a great start there for the Packers. Aaron Rodgers this year has thrown for a lot of touchdowns, a lot of passing yards, over 5,000 yards, about 40 touchdowns. But he hasn't done so very cleanly with about 20 interceptions. They will get a first down rush from Aaron Jones on the first play gain of 12. So if Rodgers isn't playing very cleanly, the goal is to try to force him into some uneasy throws, which is hard to do against Rodgers, and try to get some picks on him. But so far, though, they've definitely been running the ball well. 2 back-to-back plays with solid running. Total of 17 yards gained from, I almost said Aaron Rodgers, from Aaron Jones. And that one passed out of bounds. Buda Baker covering Jones. So on 3rd and 5, they'll stay on a shotgun set. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. We're going to send that double A-gap blitz. Try to get Gardick clean off the edge, and it was not clean. They will find their tight end for the first down and a little bit more. And that was DeGuara. And if you watch the Ohio-only challenge, you know that he's a solid tight end. He's not our number 1 tight end over there, but was our number 2, and he played very well for us in the last season. I believe at this point, at least by the time this video goes out, we should have been starting another state only. So make sure you check the channel to see which one that is. Gardick with the sack, fumble, scoop, and this might be a score. He's about out of stamina. Randall Cobb is in pursuit, but not close enough. Gardick, what a play. Gets the sack on Aaron Rodgers. 1, no flag. That's crazy. He makes him fumble, picks it up himself, and takes it to the house. That's how you start a game, especially in the playoffs. So now that our offense has yet to take the field and we're already up a touchdown, let's see if our defense can put together another solid drive. I wouldn't say they necessarily had a good drive. They just forced a turnover and made it really capitalized off of it. Aaron Jones gets a gain of 4 on his 3rd carry, 21 yards total. And they were definitely trying to feed Jones early on that last drive, and it was working for him. Even in some of the passing situations, they aired towards the side of Jones. But will they be able to do that all game? I don't think so, considering Jones already looking like he's having some stamina issues. But they will find number 9. I'm pretty sure that is their rookie receiver. And yes, it is something Watson. Starts with a C. I want to say, for some reason, Christian Watson, but I don't know if that's actually it. Just what comes to mind, and he gets a 2nd catch and another first down. Solid play there for the young guy. stretches forward and gets the first down. And now I bit on that play. Collins trying to get back into coverage. And there's a pass rush coming in, and good job there, number 2. That pass definitely should have been intercepted, was thrown right at Collins. But number 2 ended up turning into basically like a safety. Made a great play. Nice tackle there from Buda Baker. Puts Jones on his back. Basically picked him up off the ground and slammed him down. Tackles like that I could definitely see becoming illegal in the NFL within the next couple of years. Nice catch there, Cobb. That long time connection between Rodgers and Cobb will give him another first down. Now into plus territory. Maybe they're already in plus territory, just not by much. A big hit there from Collins. Jones holds on to it. And on top of all the boosts that both of the teams are having, we are carrying over I want to say plus 5 hit power from the previous game after beating a division rival. Although nothing to show for it there. Dory Jackson tried to lay the hit, but instead I think he took the brunt of it. Packers are getting increasingly closer to the red zone here. Granted, Aaron Jones. I guess Aaron Jones, sure. I meant to say Aaron Rodgers. Wow. Could strike from much further than the red zone, and a nice play there made by Dory Jackson, but a flag is down on the field. And that's a bit of an iffy call. Dory Jackson played the ball the whole way. However, we know refs aren't too good at making those kinds of calls. We'll go in the favor of the away team here. Inside the 13, they'll try to stretch it, cut back from Jones, and there's not much left. In fact, nothing left. Touchdown Packers immediately drive down the field. A great offensive possession. And they'll tie this game up with a made PAT. And finally, with just about 2 minutes left in the first quarter, our offense takes the field for the first time. Go with a quick pass to Young. Try to use the block. And he will break one tackle, just not able to quite get the first down. On 2nd and 1. We do have Brown again matched up with Jair Alexander. Last week, he was matched up with Ramsey, and he was pretty much taken out of the game. But Brown making a huge play here with the receiver screen, and that speed is gone. Alexander bit down on the run. We had one blocker out in front to take care of the one only guy, and that is how quickly we can score on offense. 2 plays to the house. And Jair must have skipped out on watching some film this last week. Maybe he was playing some Call of Duty with Kyler Murray. But, yeah, not a great job from one of the league's best corners. And then we force a fumble. Zaven Collins picks it right up. I think that might have been Thompson, maybe, that forced that fumble. It's complete across the middle to DeGuara. And no, it was Zaven Collins. And he scooped it up. Wow. Well, this is how you can completely flip a game in your favor. Got D-Hop going deep. They have press coverage. That's definitely not going to contain him for long, but pass rush comes in. No one got open. Preston Smith in with a sack, loss of 8. And following that big loss, going to come out with 4 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Going to try to set up another receiver screen. Try to get Isabella around the corner. Not a good angle there from the corner. And we'll actually scoop forward for a decent gain. Bring up a 3rd and 6 after a 2nd and 18, I believe. So a solid gain. Makes it a more manageable 3rd down. We have a couple different options here. Going to try to let the play develop, and it just took too long. Rashard Gary will get over and get the stop. Bringing up 4th and 3. Gotta take the field goal here. We'll make this a 2-score game. Matt Prater out for the kick. Sorely with the hold, and that one is good. Right down the middle, or just about so. We'll make it a 17-7 game. And to open the second quarter, Green Bay has the ball, and they definitely could need a score here. Field goal, will kind of keep them in the game. Not getting anything might be a little iffy for momentum carrying forward. DeGuara, though, gets a solid gain of about 16, maybe 17. Aaron Rodgers already at about 100 yards through the air. And they'll follow up that solid gain, coming out with trips to the left, 1 to the right. Jones still in the backfield. They'll fake the handoff, go with a bit of play action across the middle, and we missed the angle with Zaven Collins. Instead, number 2 with a first down. That is Johnson. Olabisi Johnson, maybe? Saw O. Johnson, and that, I don't know, maybe that's just the Vikings fan in me, that the first thing I think of is Olabisi. But first down either way for the Packers. Quick pass to the outside, tipped up, and then dropped by Murphy Jr. Murphy, we've had play in the slot this year whenever three receivers come out. He's been our nickel / outside corner whenever we're down in the two receiver kind of sets. And he's played really great there. We'll see if that's where he ends up staying next year. Kind of depends on what we can find at the cornerback spot, but a nice job by Old Man Cobb. First down. At this point, you could almost call him popcorn. But will be a first down after he juked several of our guys out of their own shoes. Which, that should be an animation that Madden has. Because shoes come off so often. If it's a really big juke, a shoe should go flying. Big hit there, I believe that time from Simmons. Gain of 4. 2nd and 6, they're going to come back out with that. Trips to the left side. One lone receiver again to the right. Jones in the backfield. And he will just block. No, it was a screen. But he had to block. We sent the double A-gap blitz, and it completely blew up that play design. 3rd and 6. They will not set up a screen this time, but 2 quick stops, DeGuara and Watson. They go DeGuara for the first. And I'm trying to remember back to the Ohio only because I recorded that several weeks ago at this point. I don't remember if it was in the Super Bowl or in the AFC Championship. DeGuara was really a key guy and really helping give us the victory. And already today, he's been a huge asset here for Rodgers, completing several first downs. They do come out and make an audible here. I don't think they really flipped the play. I think they just went with a whole new different play, and that will get them another first down. That time went to their number 2 tight end, 84, and then he immediately leaves the field as they come out with a bunch to the left, lone receiver to the right. Aaron Rodgers really good down here, and DeGuara is in. Almost went to cover him, but then I thought, okay, maybe the linebacker on the inside would then leave the other guy. No, I should have went to cover DeGuara. Packers will draw this one closer. Made PAT, 17-14. And now we will need to answer back on offense to help try to keep a decent to solid lead here. Go with the pitch. And we probably should have cut that in a bit sooner. Douglas will get to stop the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and 10. Try to get a guy out in front to block for Marquise Brown, but no one there besides 2 defenders for the Packers. And that was definitely not what we were going for. 3rd and 16. Gonna need a big chunk here. Gonna send Young in motion. He'll sit behind some deep routes. Maybe see if we could just check it down to him. Kind of going to depend. They have a couple guys sitting. Kyler Murray might need to scramble. D-Hop with a great block. So that's plenty of room for Kyler Murray to get the first down all the way down to the 40. Down to the 46, crossing midfield. Huge play there for the Cardinals at a time they really needed it. Going to send Young in motion again. This time he's going to take the jet sweep. Get around the edge. Good blocking. Try to get around and still not able to get a juke. And that will bring up a 2-minute warning, 17-14. So now finally on that 2nd and inches, we have Darrell Williams in the backfield. He'll take the handoff. Will get us the first down. He is our power back. And he got the job done down to the 26. I don't feel like we've had a whole lot of D-Hop so far in the playoffs. Love to see him get involved here. Back shoulder throw. And that one's caught in. He holds on to it. What did I say? We're going to get him involved. Touchdown Cardinals. Nice catch from D-Hop. It was close coverage. Defender just wasn't able to knock that one away. Saw Kyler Murray place the ball well. Back shoulder. D-Hop boxes him out. Textbook. Stokes not able to make the play. And now with 1:35 left on the clock prior to halftime. Rodgers with the ball. All 3 timeouts. I'll start with a quick pass to Guara. Gain of about 7. They'll go into a hurry-up offense. We'll make a quick change to the play here. And again, check down. That one almost intercepted by Kennard. He just wasn't able to get his head on a swivel, see where the ball was, and get a hand on it. We'll come out empty set here on 3rd and 3. We'll stick to some man coverage, play underneath. And there's Kingsley Kiki with a sack, but a flag is down. And And that one won't matter. We'll go ahead and decline it. And that will force the Packers punt. Let's see what Adoree Jackson can do. A minute, 11 seconds on the clock and counting now. Can he get us into some decent field goal range here, perhaps? At least into some decent spot to get into field goal range. And starting at 48, not too bad. Definitely have enough time with all 3 timeouts to get a few more points on the board at least. So if we don't make any bad mistakes like this one might be. Yeah. As soon as I threw that, I saw Jair Alexander stop on his coverage and come back down. And I was like, yeah, that's going to be a pick. Kind of called that one. But good play there made by Jair Alexander. Makes up for his touchdown that he gave up on the screen pass to Marquise Brown earlier in the game. And we'll go with another pass here on the first play, and Watson takes a hit. Timeout called for Green Bay. 50 seconds left on the clock. 2 timeouts. They're close to field goal range, if not in field goal range. Will be a draw play. Good play call. We'll get them forward for about a gain of 7. Second timeout. With a fresh set of downs at the 34, 45 seconds left. A lot of kind of level play, I would say, for the Packers. Gain of 3 and out of bounds. Of course, we'll stop the clock. They only have 1 timeout left. And only 2 receivers out there. Let's play a little bit of press coverage. Try to throw off some timing. Doesn't quite work in. We almost get in there for a sack. Murphy will get the stop, but they do get out of bounds, stopping the clock. 3rd and goal. Going to have to make an audible here. Didn't like what I originally lined up with what they came out in. Empty set. Rodgers. You're going to have a couple guys open and cross the field here. 2 guys wide open in the end zone, but no pass thrown. And eventually, that one gets picked off. I was definitely waiting for their receiver to catch it, but Byron Murphy Jr. says, no way, Jose. We'll take this one on into half with a 24-14 lead. And it hasn't been too bad of a game so far for the Packers, nor obviously us. We're in the lead, so obviously wouldn't be too bad of a game. Some mistakes made on both sides. We have forced 3 turnovers. Packers have forced 1. As we take a look here, it looks like Dallas beats the New York Giants, the 1 seed, the team we were chasing throughout the entire last quarter of the regular season. So their season is over. We are still fighting to continue ours. We have a 10-point advantage, and we'll get the ball to start the second half. Dortch with the kickoff return, about up to the 30. They marked him just shy at the 29. So to start the second half, we'll come out with a 2 running back backfield in shotgun. The Packers will drop out into coverage. We're going to need to scramble, get what we could get. Kyler Murray will slide down about a gain of 8. They mark gain of 7. On 2nd and 3, let's bring out a little RPO. They have, looks like a safety sitting down in the window for Brown. So most likely this will be a run. And not Stokes, that's their guy. Young will get close to the first down. Gain of 3, his first official carry of the night. And on 3rd and inches, run a little bit of read option here. Try to freeze their defense, and we'll do it just enough. Mostert will get the first down, maybe about 4 yards on the carry. And of course, the Packers defense coming into this game were number 2 in rushing yards allowed a game, at least on average. So we haven't ran the ball all too much, and it's worked. D-Hop here will get the first down after a solid catch. Only 1 incompletion on the day for Kyler Murray, and that 1 incompletion was an interception. So for the most part, pretty solid day here for Kyler. Going to switch side of the field here. Running again another read option. Try to get to the outside. We have the speed, but there might be a holding from Marquise Brown. He's struggled with blocking this season. And not on Marquise Brown, my bad. This time Max Williams. I saw the block being set up downfield by Marquise Brown, and he normally, like I said, hasn't been great in blocking situations this year, so I imagine that such a good block must have been a penalty. Tried to set up a screen pass here, only will get a gain of 2. So 2nd and 13 at the 42. Have a couple different options here, all a bit going to the right-hand side. Ertz didn't have a catch, I believe, last week. Maybe 1 or 2. Not going to have one there. Really unfortunate as he was wide open. Kyler Murray just errant on the throw. We'll set up the receiver screen here, and we might get close. Defense collapses. 4th and 2. We'll take the field goal. Wasn't a bad option there on 3rd and long, but we just weren't able to quite get the job done. But Prater does. He puts it through the uprights, 27-14, and we'll have ourselves a nice little 13-point lead. And while we have definitely been in charge of this game throughout, this game is by no means done. Aaron Rodgers is a very good quarterback. Packers have a lot of different options that they could go for. Aaron Jones being one of them, who will scoot forward for a gain of 10 after breaking about a tackle, maybe a tackle and a half. And we've seen this Cardinals defense at times this year, mostly early on, but a couple times in the second half of the season, where they've just come out of the fourth quarter completely flat and have given up tremendous leads that the offense not necessarily has built well, because if it was built well, couldn't have given it up, but some decent advantages, but have just kind of collapsed. So we need to make sure that they don't do that here today. Only with a 13-point lead, meaning 2 touchdowns, and we are behind. Granted, we should have opportunity in between those touchdowns to put some more points on the board, but you never know. They'll go underneath DeGuara with another key first down for the Packers. So far today, he's had, I think, 6 catches, 80 yards. He's definitely been their number one guy. They've gone for some other guys in terms of passing. A little bit of Watson. Cobb also has gotten some catches, but it's mainly been DeGuara and Jones. They will make a slight change here. Pretty much an audible, because Jones did switch sides of the quarterback. But they definitely had an ineligible receiver downfield, but he got back before the throw. Cobb, first down to the 28. I feel like the defense today has been playing a bit too much of bend but don't break kind of style, where we've given up some long drives, at least in terms of yardage, for the Packers, as they find themselves now just inside the 25. A little bit over a quarter. They have plenty of time to get themselves a lead. Dillon comes in for his first carry, though. Would have expected him to come in a bit earlier in this game, but will finally come in late in the 3rd, almost the 4th. And I would love to call a timeout here and completely change our defense, but I don't want to waste a timeout here. And DeGuara, another quick one, but he drops the ball. He fumbles the ball. Big hit came in, I believe Simmons. And Zaven Collins recovers his 2nd fumble recovery of the night. Forced the other one that he recovered earlier in the game, but a simple pass underneath. And maybe DeGuara was down? I could not tell from that that camera view. But no review comes down, and doesn't look like the Packers have thrown the red flag either. So play will stand. D-Hop will take a bit of a wheel route here. I'm going to end up going to that same side with Kyler Murray. There was quick rush from that left-hand side, so we'll get instead a really big gain down to the 38. On 1st and 10, following that big rush, Kyler Murray RPO, maybe receiver bubble, but actually neither. We'll head into the 4th quarter with that 13-point lead still intact, 27-14. And I really want to try that receiver bubble RPO, so let's give it a go here. And we got blockers out in front. Rondale Moore trying to find a way by the defender. He gets slowed down and then takes a little bit of a cheap shot there from one of the linebackers. On 2nd and 4, we'll go back to that read option. The linebacker read it well. Mostert will kind of get forward and then flop down for the first down. Only his 3rd carry of the night. Like I said, we really haven't ran the ball all too often. The Packers, really good run-stop defense, so we're not going to force ourselves to run when we don't need to, but we're going to need to scramble away here. We have a receiver sitting open, but not able to bring it down. Intended for Hopkins. Well, instead we'll go back to shotgun. 2 running backs in the backfield. Go to that read option here. Or not read option, RPO. Will be another quick pass. D-Hop setting up the block. Young will scoot forward for a gain of 8, bringing up 3rd and 2. And on 3rd and 2, let's try to get Mostert out on a screen pass here. I had a feeling that they would try to bring some pressure. They end up only bringing the normal 4, but Mostert will scoot forward and out of bounds, avoiding any hits. However, that does, or probably should have stopped the clock, but no, clock's still running, so Ends up working out just fine. Mostert will take another run, draw this time, gain of 3. And that might be big moving forward. Humphreys, one of our offensive linemen, injured. For now, he will head to the locker room for further evaluation, and our trainer is a ghost. He could walk through walls. 2nd and 7. Couldn't tell you what other offensive lineman has come in for the injury. I want to say we had an undrafted rookie, maybe, that we had picked up in the free agency that might be in now. Kyler Murray will scramble for the first down, keep this clock moving. Just about 5 minutes left. Packers running out of time. They're going to need to force a big play shortly here. D-Hop, though, not a good block, and Young almost broke the tackle, just couldn't keep his feet. We do end up getting an update. Humphreys has a shoulder strain. We're up for now, so Murray will stay in. 2nd and 10. Only 2 DBs covering the 4 receivers we have to that outside, and we try to set up that receiver screen again. Campbell read it the whole way. He'll get the stop, loss of yardage. On 3rd and 13, still inside field goal range, so either way, we can make this a 3-score game. Actually, no, I think that it would end up still being a 2-score game and just be a 16-point game, and we're close to the first. But they mark us short. We will go ahead and take the field goal. We're just kidding. Madden wanted to go for it, so let's go for it. Trying to call game here, apparently. Set up the quick pass, and they read that very well. Murray tried to scramble, but Preston Smith with the big play might just barely keep the Packers in this. Aaron Rodgers with just over 3 minutes left, 3 timeouts, needs 2 touchdowns to take a 1-point lead. Aaron Jones will start them off with a run down the middle, be about a gain of 5. 2nd and 6. Trips to the left, twins to the right. Empty set here for the Packers. Rodgers with a hard count, doesn't get anyone to jump. Another hard count, no one jumps. Good discipline by our front guys, and they will find an open number 9. That's Watson to the 43. Big gain. We ran some zone coverage on that play, and they found a way to beat it. We'll take control of Simmons here on the man coverage, try to lock down DeGuara. He's been huge for him, but on the other side, number 11, Watkins, Sammy Watkins, big catch. And that will take us into the 2-minute warning. Packers still need 2 touchdowns. The extra point on both of those will give them the lead. Make an audible here to a cover 3. Simmons help try to sit underneath some of these. They go again to the outside. And quick catch, quick stop. Gain of 4. That does, however, stop the clock as he kind of landed out of bounds. I'm assuming another pass here on 2nd and 6. Need to definitely keep an eye on DeGuara. He's been a huge threat for them, but they got a couple guys going on the underneath. And Sammy Watkins fumbles. So many fumbles for the Packers today. Simmons picks this one up. Not sure who forced it. I want to say maybe Collins. Going across the middle. And yeah, Zaven Collins has been forcing fumbles all year. Just picked up in the playoffs. Kyler Murray can go ahead and help run this game out. 1 minute, 50 seconds left on the clock. Green Bay, you know, will be using their timeouts. We need to run out this clock. Preston Smith just a little slow on the read. Kyler Murray with the first down and out of bounds, avoiding the hit, avoiding any fumbles. And I don't know if I could really say silently, but kind of silently, Kyler Murray is about a 100-yard rusher today. Flag comes down on this play, though. And that will back us up, holding on Justin Pugh. Will bring us back to a 1st and 20. Now not in plus side of the field. Instead, opposite 46. Mostert down the middle. Try to run that read option. They read it pretty well. Timeout for the Packers. 2nd and 19. They might be bringing the corner blitz. Number 31 over here. Looks like he might come, and indeed he does. So we'll try to get it out to Isabella, and he can't get around the edge. Good job there from Douglas. So on 3rd and 18. A first down would just about do it. We're going to send Young in motion to the other side, sit him behind the line, send the rest of the receivers deep. See if we could get anything breaking open. We do have a receiver breaking open late is Brown, who beat Jair Alexander last time out there for the Packers. We could go ahead and kneel this game out. And to take the last knee of this game, Kyler Murray in the offense out there. And that will do it. We'll be headed to the conference championships. And I definitely didn't think we would be getting this far. NFC conference champions, hopefully, will send us to the Super Bowl. But, wow. Definitely glad that the Packers didn't end up coming back super hard in that second half. The team, you can tell, kind of coasted a little bit. We were definitely playing much better in the first half, but 5 takeaways. The defense with those forced fumbles were key for us. And because of that, I would say the defense was really the unit of the game, for sure. And after that win, Jalen Thompson and Tim Settle get a pair of upgrades. Being our free safety, Jalen Thompson will always be getting that zone upgrade. That's just the style that I prefer. He gets +2 to awareness and tackle, not too bad. As for Tim Settle, need to make sure that we are settling down the run games. So he'll definitely be getting the boost of the run stopper, +2 block shedding, +1 to play rec and awareness. Let's go. I'm glad we could reward your faith, coach. It put the right kind of pressure on us. And some other words I didn't get to in time. You've stolen the Packers' momentum, and all players will have +10 break tackle, play recognition, and tackle in the next game. These are all just stacking up, and the entire team earns as well 2,500 XP. But let's see who that's going to help us play against by simming on over to the NFC Conference Championship, where we will be playing against the Dallas Cowboys. I should have known when I saw them earlier, beating the Giants, who were the 1 seed. They have a good offense, 87 defense, a little bit middle of the road, and that again shows very much in their rankings. 5th in offensive points per game, 6th in passing yards per game, 9th in rushing yards per game. Defense definitely takes a step back with 20th points per game, 32nd passing yards, and that's what we do. And then 5th in rushing yards, which isn't primarily what we do, so definitely looks good for us. Make sure you're subscribing and hitting that bell notification to be notified of when these videos go live so you don't miss out on the NFC Conference Championship. We win, we're headed to the Super Bowl. We lose, we headed to the offseason to see what we could do in Season 2. So make sure you're sticking around. And until next time, we'll see you later. Bye.